Hi. It's different. It won't last for long, but it's happening. This is a rant video, essentially. The reason I haven't been putting out content is because we are in a state that has a minor lockdown order going on, and that means that my girlfriend's college classes have been moved from on campus to in our apartment, and I don't really want to disturb her while doing that, so I go to work, and then as soon as I'm done with work, she comes here and does her classes, and I don't really want to disturb her while she's doing that. So recording is more difficult than it should be. But that's the explanation. And what I want to talk about today is the Twitter debacle that's been going on in the past week, involving stan culture, the Dream SMP, and the SMP Live members, which honestly is one of the funniest fucking things I've seen in a while. So Josh, a creator who's, I don't even know if he's ever been on SMP Live, but he is a good friend of the majority of the members in that group, or that were in that group, has come out and essentially said that stan culture is evil. Like evil. Like the worst. Like there's a giant thread on it. And it goes on for a while. And he's gotten in some beef with literally Dream. Which is funny. Dream called him an idiot after a statement. Noah Hugbox, also from Lunch Club and the SMP Live group, has also been going at him in a tirade of tweets, which you just need to look at for yourself because I don't think I can properly describe them. It's either a gigantic troll or it's a fousey tube, like a manic breakdown. And considering that he is relatively intelligent, I would consider it the former. Or the latter. I don't remember which one I put which. Anyways, this isn't the first debacle that SMP Live has gotten into recently, or Dream SMP essentially, because he's a part of them now, as Jay Schlatt made a really bad tweet saying that he's rich and white. Why do you think he'd be on hood Twitter? Which, as someone who has made a video that is their most popular video about Jay Schlatt, claiming he's just essentially a genius, that's one of the dumbest tweets I've ever seen. Well, first of all, I am a proponent of dark humor. I think it works very well, and I think it's one of the most well-crafted genres, something that you really need to be on top of your feet to do. And also, you need to be on top of your feet for it because it can fail very easily. Super easily. It can succeed just as easily. It's a very thin line. One way or the other. But that wasn't a joke, was it? It was just racist. It just was. We need to call out our content creators that we enjoy for doing this shit. It was just racist. It was an insinuation that people in the hood are black. And as someone who has lived in a urban neighborhood for a decent amount of time, no. That's not how it works. There are very educated people of African American descent. There are a bunch of people who live in the hood who look like me. Think about all the Dominican population, the Hispanic population, the Mexican. There are so many different people who live in urban environments. And the fact that he has made this insinuation that it is only African American people is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's fucking bullshit. And we can't, that's just rough. Because it's one of those things where if you say a slur, I think it's fucking dumb. The dumbest shit in the world. Never do it. I've never done it in my life, and I'm okay with that. That being said, it's something, if you are younger, you may, even people haven't been educated, even if you are older, depending on the environment you've grown up in, you may not know what that word means. As dumb as that sounds to some of us who know the ramifications and have known the ramifications from a very young age of words like that, there's some people out there that simply don't know. You can learn from that, in my opinion. You can learn from that. Do I necessarily want to fuck with you if I know that you've been raised in that environment? No, but you can learn from that. Making a joke like Schlatt did takes effort, properly going through your, it's not just a mislip. It's a mishap. It's not. It's a dumb fucking joke that follows a pattern of other dumb fucking jokes. And it's also, you can't tell me that that's not a serious, that all of his shit's jokes. All of his shit on his YouTube, from my video, he is playing, or at least he was at the time, and he still is. I'll let go most shit on a YouTube channel because you're playing a character. You are the character of the YouTube channel. On Twitter, that kind of translates, but this joke isn't so blasphemous that it's not so ridiculous that people can tell it's a joke. Or people can tell that it's like over the top satirical. It's just not. It's just a dumb fucking joke. So, as what's been going on with Schlatt, had to hit the unsubscribe button. And if you are a fan of them and you want to unsubscribe from this channel because I'm really not fucking with the direction they're going, just wait. It gets worse. I think this shit between the Dream SMP and SMP Live is so funny. It is literally blatant ridiculousness. Let's touch on stan culture first. In the modern era, we have completely warped the term stan. If you were to talk to someone who is in their teenage years, probably between like 14 and 16, about what a stan means now, it is someone who's like a giant fan of these people, who like really, really relies on these people to get through their everyday lives. The original meaning of stan is an obsessed and crazed fan who's like all over the place and like potentially dangerous. But because it's been so overused in common phrases and modern culture, especially with TikTok and Twitter and stuff like that, we've come to it's been so saturated in our vocabulary that the meaning and the intensity of the word, sorry, my cat is mewing, has started to decrease. And that's weird. But also, it's also led to a big, big issue in our communication styles. So, if you were to look at Josh's Twitter thread and took stans as this group of people who are unhealthily obsessed with their favorite creators, do I think that it's not good? Do I think that it's not a beneficial thing? Yes. Yes, I do. Now, the reason why this whole ordeal is very, 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 very funny to me is that the SMP Live guys are essentially going after the Dream SMP people because they really center their content around community, which seems disingenuous to the SMP people, and also the whole children aspect. It's like most of the Dream fan base is children. And I agree. I can't sit here and say that that's not a correct statement. That being said, not specifically Josh, but specifically Josh, and the people that, he is associated with, who are making these same type of jokes and shit and talking about all of this bullshit. Did you not do the same fucking thing like 9 months ago? Were y'all not doing that? Did the SMP live server just not exist? It's mind-boggling to me how you can utilize the same fan base. Most of the SMP live fans are also teenagers. And I know he doesn't like stan culture, and there's been issues with that in the past, especially with the Carson Waterball situation and the fanfic and all of that stuff. But y'all utilized it. Y'all can't say you didn't utilize it, or else you wouldn't be where you are today. So doing that and getting it upset at someone who embraces it just because you don't embrace it. I would not embrace it either, for the record, so I'm on that side with that. But it's just kind of hypocritical, no? It's just weird. And I also find it funny because the common insult being thrown around here is go outside, touch some grass, which I'm assuming that means go outside, get some physical activity, do something other than be inside and be salty over the internet, which is so funny to me because it is mirror sides. The kids on the SMP live side, aside from like maybe Ted and Charlie, are people who look like they've never done an ounce of physical activity, and Schlatt, but ounce of physical activity. Tell me that Josh looks like someone who's done sports ever. Just judging based off physical appearance and how much they talk shit about politics online. I'm not saying that I agree or disagree. I'm just saying that does not seem like someone who in high school played sports. On the other side, we have people like and you know what the other thing is? The people on the Dream SMP, there are some of them that are literal fucking children, bro. Tommy Innit, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure is a actual fucking child. Tubbo is an actual fucking child. How can you really get on them about that? They're catering to people that are their age. What? I know that the big issue is with Dream, but they were talking about the collective of Dream SMP and how toxic that culture is. But then you go over to the Dream SMP side. It's two sides of the same coin, baby. They both of the groups are just different groups of people who were unpopular in high school. And I know that's a controversial thing to say because a lot of people that are subscribed to my channel really like them. Both of them. It's weird. It's just weird. It's weird seeing the geeks and the nerds get into a fight with each other. In fact, if we're being honest with each other, there's a thread on Twitter by Slime School, who is now by far my favorite member of Lunch Club left, if Lunch Club's even still a thing. And he says, kind of my whole opinion on the situation is that, hey, don't idolize these people. They're just everyday people. But also, finding people in common with you that enjoy things that are on the internet is okay. Because guess what? If you're out there in the real world, I'm not saying the internet's not the real world, just hear me out. If you're out there in physical reality and you join a club in school about whatever the fuck, that's kind of the same thing as making friends on the internet. As opposed to making friends in a club with mutual interest, you're making friends with a creator who is a mutual interest based on a creator. And in all reality, it's just the word. I think that's the issue, the miscommunication of the word. Stan culture is that 1% of people who are obsessive, who center everything around the creator, their life choices, their personality, their everything. And that is unhealthy. And you can't do that. Like I said, the people who hyperfixate around a specific creator, that's not good for you. It's unhealthy. That being said, I think people who call themselves stans are using the word in a light way. Just because you draw fan art does not mean you are a stan. It means that you really enjoy the creator. It's, again, just a miscommunication of the way the term is used. Do I think both sides are weird in this situation? Yeah. Do I think both sides are spreading misinformation in this situation? Yeah, a little bit. And I don't know, I had to come down here, and this is completely unscripted, unedited, aside from taking it like 2 cuts. And yeah, I don't know. I wanted to mediate this situation in the most raw way for you, the audience, to see how I feel, but in a way that would get my point across. I haven't made a video in a while, and I wanted to do this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you sometime.